Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a build guide for the Gravity Sorcerer in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a mod made by Acre_2 and it's a very fun one. If you like the Sorcerer, this one's for you. So I'll be covering the full build guide, combat, as well as what gear to use. And also Acre is in my Discord server, which is the link is in the description if you want to join that, because they have done a great job. They're showcasing their mods in that Discord server, so thank you so much for that. But just want to cover this here. So you get the rest spell here, which is a 2d4 of force damage. You can use normalized gravity ability to return a weapon to its original weight. So you disarm a creature with this, dealing damage. Disarming creatures are really nice because then you can grab their weapon and make them pretty much useless. You also get the crush spell, doing a 2d4 of force damage, and you make them more susceptible to injury, which reduces their armor class by 1 and take additional damage. Well, 1d4 of force whenever they do take damage. And we also get the leap, which is basically the triple your jump distance, and it does not provoke opportunity attacks, and this uses our gravity charges. So this is our unique abilities. We also got ourselves a singularity spell, which does a 2d4 of force damage and pulls all nearby creatures in and gains increased radius as you get it upcasted. So you can pull in a lot of enemies. This is really useful. We also get the bend gravity. After you cast a level 1 spell, you can attempt to shove an enemy within 18 meters as a bonus action. Really nice. You also get the latent, so you're immune to fall damage and have 30% increased carrying capacity. All allied creatures nearby will also get that until next long rest. And you get yourself the gravity spell casting, so you gain the singularity spell and you can use gravity charges to cast your gravity spell casting abilities. Pretty fun. For our ability scores, 16 charisma, 16 dexterity, 14 constitution, and then 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom. And skill proficiencies always take persuasion if you're playing a sorcerer. This is extremely useful, especially if you're going with a light or a good aligned character. So we got the latent effect there. It's in blue text and pretty fancy. There's a bunch of cool effects for this, which I'll show you guys once we get to the combat. It looks really nice. So the mod here, you can see you got the unique VFX on these spells. It's fun. So level 2, we get our spell choice, and I would recommend going with some Thunderwave. Can be really nice for the pushback that you can get. And also Chaos Bolt's fun, or Frost Fingers if you have Mistress spells downloaded. Even Mage Armor can be nice early on in the game. And for our meta magics, we're going to go with the Distance spell to increase the range, and Twin spell because Twinned Haste is still one of the best things in this game. So we'll go with that. And then for our level 3 meta magic, Quicken spell for that bonus action spell casting. And we get level 2 spells here. So some really good ones being Hold Person, Scorching Ray, Mirror Image is really good too, and Misty Step. I'm going to go with Hold Person here just because this one is extremely useful for setting up your other teammates as well as yourself. At level 4, we get ourselves a new feat and another cantrip here, so you can take something like Lightning Lure. Really for cantrips, you can take whatever you prefer here. I went with like Sword Burst and some other ones there. For our next level spell, I think Scorching Ray just works really well here. And for the feat, we're going to take an ability score improvement on our charisma. Now, once we get to level 5 here, we get ourselves level 3 spells, and there's some fun ones like Fireball, Haste, and Lightning Bolt. We're going to go with ourselves Haste here just because Twin Haste is extremely useful. Can't even explain how useful it is. But once we get to level 6, we get ourselves the anti-gravity, so our jump magic increases by 4 meters. We also get the center of gravity, so you can't be knocked prone. And we get the gravity mastery, so you can tether gravity as a gravity spellcasting ability, which you get your tether gravity, so you target an object within 18 meters. On a failed save, the creature is marked as a convergent point for 3 turns. While marked, the creature moves at half speed. And allies and objects are marked automatic, then movement speed is unaffected. Upon successfully marking a convergent point, you gain the convergence ability for 3 turns. I'll show that off in the combat. We also get ourselves Gravity Field, which does 2d6 force damage, and you can pull this around in an area, and your armor class is increased by 2 while you're in that, and you gain resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage types. Nearby enemies take 2 to 12 force damage, and the movement speed is halved. This is a concentration. Very, very effective. Now for our next level spell, I think it's a good choice to go with. I mean, Fireball is really useful in a variety of situations. Lightning Bolt as well is pretty good, but we're going to go with our Fireball trusty partner, Fireball. So at level 2 or level 7 here, we get ourselves level 4 spells. I think Ice Storm is one of the best ones that we can go with because this creates difficult terrain for the enemy, and that's really useful for setting up. So that's what I like to go with there. And then at level 8 here, we get ourselves another spell, and I think that Lightning Bolt's a good one, so going back down a level. Confusion's also pretty good for crowd control, greater invisibility, and some people really like Wall of Fire. I think Lightning Bolt just brings a lot of merit for a straight line attack, and we'll take our charisma up to 20 here. Just makes sense. Once we get ourselves to level 9, we get ourselves level 5 spells with things like Cone of Cold being really effective, and we also get ourselves more spell casting. Hold Monster is the other really great choice there, so we'll obviously take that at next level. For level 10, we get another cantrip choice here, so you can go with really your choice. Bone Shield can be nice too. Spells will take Hold Monster. The meta magic, if you have the empowered spell mod, take that. But even just going with like a subtle spell or careful spell can be really useful too, so we'll go with that. And then once we get ourselves to level 11 here, we get our capstone effect. So we get the Gravity Incarnate, so your control over gravity has reached its zenith, further increasing the power of your gravity spell casting abilities. Additionally, you gain Gravity Surge as a gravity spell casting ability. So Gravity Surge, for the next 5 turns you can cast Call Meteor and Gravity Wave without expending a spell slot. Your gravity spell casting abilities can be cast as a bonus action without expending gravity charges, and after this condition ends you get lethargic for 1 turn. So it's kind of like haste almost. Call Meteor does 66 fire and 5d6 bludgeoning damage, striking all targets within range. This is a concentration as well, and I'll show you that. And we have Gravity Wave, 5d10 of force damage. You can knock targets prone with that. Very strong, obviously. And we're going to take Chain Lightning. That's just a very fun spell to have. And for the final level, we can stay Sorcerer. We can add in a level of the Cleric for Create Water if we want to upcast and deal a little bit more damage with our Cold and Lightning spells. Or we can just stay as is. And you can take like one of these here. Globe of Invulnerability is a really great spell. I'm going to take Tidal Wave because this is another way to set up water and deal damage. I love that spell, so we're going to take that. And Alert for the +5 to initiative, as a Sorcerer should always go first if at all possible, just to be able to deal the maximum amount of damage and take out the enemies as you can. So what this looks like, so I guess something like you could go with the Gloves of Bligrant Skies here, or the Helldesk Gloves for increased spell attack roll, spell save DC. Evasive Shoes, the Cloak Protection, the Ring of Protection, all for those +1 armor class. Very juicy. You can go with the Killer Sweeter doesn't really work well here. You can actually go with, there's a few good choices. I really like going with the Snowburst Ring. So if you do cold damage, it creates a circle of ice in the target so they slip. If you do that, you might want to take Disintegrating Nightwalkers, but you can also go with the Crypt Lord Ring. What the Crypt Lord Ring does gives you free Create Undead, which is a really nice thing to have around, but one of these two works really good. And with this, we'll also, you can go with the Robe of the Weave. That's going to probably be the best in slot if you don't have anyone else using your other robes. Wave Mother's Robe can create water, which is really nice. But the Robe of the Weave there gives us 28 armor class, and then we can bring it up to 21 with a shield, like Viconia's Walking Fortress there. If you really want to go heavy with the armor class, we can also go with something like the Helldusk Armor, which will give us 27 armor class, which is even better, obviously. So it's your choice there, what you want to proceed with. And then also with this, we have Hellrider Longbow for the +3 to our initiative. Just really nice to go first. And Market Heshker, great staff, big effects. So this is what we're going to roll with here. And I'll show off what this looks like in combat. Alright, so to start off combat, we can go with one of our openers here. I think one of the best things to start with is actually Tidal Wave if you have Mistress spells. But you can also add in like a Call Meteor here. The reason that, I mean, the Sorcerer is the strongest doing things like Chain Lightning, so that can be the most powerful version of this. We can also drop down the Gravity Field here, which is nice because this will give us increased armor class. So we can start off with this, and when we drop this, this gives us our concentration. So we can't cast the other ones here, but we'll just wait for our turn to end here, and then I'll start off the actual combat. Because what's nice about this is it's going to give us a 29 or 31 to our armor class, I guess, because we also have haste active. But we'll set up with Create Water here, or Tidal Wave, I guess, because it'll deal damage, knock them prone. And then from that, we can actually just go to the edge of here, and then, oh, not far enough. Try to hit all them. There we go. Perfect. So we hit all the targets there, and casted failed counter spell at the Dark Urge, and hit him with the Sonic Backlash. There's a little psychic damage. Pretty funny. But that used up both of our actions there. We have a bunch of ice surface, so that's perfect. And then we can apply our we got 12 gravity here that we can use for our effects, but we're gonna wait till our next turn to unleash this, so we'll just wait with that. We also got ourselves a bonus action shove, so we can actually just shove people right off the ledge. Unfortunately, they saved on that one, so womp womp, but we'll run it up to the next turn. I should have also done Kreska's favor and gave us the lightning charges, but I guess that's fine. So, nice thing about, you really want to set up ice because this can actually cause a bunch of issues for the enemies running around trying to hit you, and it'll keep your team safe as well. So this is nice. Good crowd control wins battles. So now we're getting jumped, and I actually saw something interesting happen. This target attacked me. I knocked them prone with my shield, and then their teammate came up and shoved them into the ice. I don't know why they did that, but I guess I'll show off the gravity surge here so you can unleash the full force of your arcane power for the next 5 turns. You cast Call Meteor and Gravity Wave without expending spell slots, and you can cast them without bonus action. You can cast them as bonus actions as well. So you can see here we got the free casting. Unfortunately, it'll break our gravity field, which we have active right now, which will give additional damage on the target. But something like Call Meteor, I'll show that off here. So I guess we'll blast it right there, and to show off the effects of that. So yeah, we hit them there, and then there's like a little blob that it leaves behind, and it summoned in some more enemies for us to fight, interestingly enough. And also we got I guess we got ourselves a Call Meteor and Gravity Wave there. So we can hit them in a straight line with our Gravity Wave. So let's see if we can, nice, we can target all of them with the Gravity Wave. Boom. That took out at least one of them. That was pretty good. Knock them into it. They saved on the ice, it's funny. And then we can still go ahead with our shove. So this is pretty funny because the shove is actually very long ranged. And if you get into the right positioning, you can actually use this for some nefarious deeds. So we'll see if I can get this. I guess this is the not the shove. Here's the shove again. Unfortunately not enough to push them off the edge. But we also got ourselves gravity spell casting, so we can do our our rest, our crush, our leap, or tether gravity on these enemies here. So we can hit this on the closest. 1, 2, and 3. Blast them with that. Cool. Increase gravity, and I was able to take out one of them, so that's perfect. And then we also have our normalized gravity. If we want to, we can go that way, but we'll just wait. Call that a turn. So we're back again, and we can continually cast like our Call Meteor and things like that. So we're gonna do that because we can hit multiple with this. Boom. That was perfect. And yeah, that took out a good number of them, so that's great. And then what we can do is we can run around and set up into a prime position here. So we'll go ahead and then hit them with the Gravity Wave. So that's even further. We were able to get another target with that. Boom. And knocked them prone. That took them out. They were safe behind there. That's okay, because then we can just use we can force push them. I guess that's not really ideal. We can also, I guess, hit them with the rest, and target's too far, we'll move in a little closer for that. Since we took them out, we'll stay on the fire. That's fine. We're immune to burning with our armor anyway. And then we'll go with our rest, I guess. So hit them with it. And who else is left? There's one other target here, so oh, right there. So we'll hit them with that too. Oh, I already got both of them. Perfect. So blast them with that. Increase gravity. Took out one of them, and then they're affected by it. So what's nice is then we can bait them towards us by running away. Brought our teammates in. That's fine. He dropped his weapon with that, and they just upcasted a weapon and ran at us. They don't have any weapons, so that's obviously game over for them. And we can hit them with the Call Meteor Gravity Wave, and I'm going to Gravity Wave them. They survived. Oh, they saved on that. That's interesting. And we'll just call down the Meteor on them. So we're using all of our gravity powers with that Gravity Surge. Yeah, we're strong, so you can see there, pretty powerful effects. And that is the Gravity Sorcerer made by Acre_2. They did a fantastic job with this mod. We are the Alpha Omega Gravity Sorcerer. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.